God wastes nothing. Every encounter, every experience, every place, literally everything that you go through has a meaning and a purpose behind it so that God can build you to become who he called you to be. Even the worst experiences in your life were meant to either teach you, train you, or to birth something in you. And you had to go through that in order for whatever God needed to be produced to be produced. John 13:7, Jesus says, "You do not realize now what I am doing, but later you will understand." Sometimes we go through seasons in life where it don't make sense. God, I don't understand why I'm working on this job. I don't understand why I'm in this position. I've done this, I've done that. And God is like, you don't understand now, but later you're going to understand, because the skills that I'm building in you here, the interactions that I'm allowing you to experience here, everything that you are going through is for a purpose. Even if you don't understand it right now, later you will. Before David was a king and a warrior, there was a season of his life where he was a shepherd. Now, most people would say, what does being a shepherd and tending to sheep have to do with being a king and being a warrior? Well, it was in that place of David being a shepherd where God was able to work on his heart, because God looks at the heart while man look at the outer appearance. When Samuel went to anoint one of Jesse's sons as being king, everybody thought it would be one of the older brothers because they had military experience and they had the look. They looked like they would fit the position of a king. However, it was David who did not have the look, but he had the heart of a king. David was anointed as king. When it came to fight Goliath, all of the brothers who everybody else thought would have been anointed king, they were scared to fight Goliath. But David had the heart of a warrior before he actually became a warrior. David had the heart of a king before he actually became the king. He stepped up as a teenager and said, I'll fight him. Because while he was a shepherd, he was fighting lions and bears to protect the sheep. So that time as a shepherd was actually his training to be who God later called him to be. So although he did not have the look, he had the heart for what God had called him to do. And it was that time as a shepherd that prepared him for that time to fight Goliath, to win those wars, and to eventually become king. Every experience matters. Everything that God allows you to do and go through matters. You may not understand now, but it is literally your training, your teaching, and your preparation to step into who God called you to be. Without David being able to fight those lions and bears and to build that courage and that strength, he would have been unfit to be king. Sometimes the very things that we are in, the jobs that we're on, the people we have to deal with, we don't understand. But God is like, no, this is just your preparation, because who I called you to be before the foundation of the earth, you need these experiences in order to walk in that boldly. No experience is wasted. Everything matters. Everything counts.